So I would say my main goal is to affect and help 75 million people by 2030. And the way that I want to do this is to level up the standard of practice across, physical therapy, athletic training, movement coaches, personal trainers, by really kind of combining and helping bridge that gap between rehab and performance because they are one and the same. They are on the same spectrum. But once you start looking at people through their own individual lens, you start to figure out what exactly they need to move and perform at their best. So an example I like to use for this is I work with a varied population. I work with high level athletes and we work with the general population, all the way from, you know, 2 year olds to 85-year olds to emphasize and connect kind of the rehab expert versus, your performance coach. I have the privilege to work with the world's strongest man, Mitchell Hooper. He's from our home city. He came up to me. I've been working with him for the last couple of years. And the first time he reached out to me, he's like, he won. And he's like, I feel like I've been told I need to see you. I said, cool, come in, and let's do an assessment. Let's see if we can fine tune you. Now he's already performing the best in the world. So my job now is I'm not going to make him stronger. What he's doing is already working. But if I can improve his resiliency in his training and make sure that we can reduce any potential for him getting hurt, that's my job. So he came into me, he's like, I have right knee, right groin, right low back issues. I said, okay, cool. He's like, when I squat, my groin it's on fire. Like it pinches, it's painful. It's really limiting. I said, okay, cool. We're going through the assessment, go through the history, a couple concussions. When we look at his visual system, his left eye can't converge. It can't come in on the target, starts to bug out. I said, well, that's interesting. His single leg balance, the main thing is that he could not stand on his left leg for more than 3 seconds with his eyes closed. I said, well, that's interesting. And when he squatted, he shifted to the right. I said, you shift. He shifted to the left. I said, you shift in your squat. He's like, yeah, but I don't know why. I said, okay. We go through the assessment. We find all kinds of motor control stuff on the left side, but his pain's on the right. So guess what his brain's doing? Well, I don't feel like I have good control on the left side, so I'm going to load the right more with every single lift he's doing. So couldn't touch his toes. He's got nerve tension through his spinal cord. So we decompress the spine. We do some little L-DOA stretches. We do some eye exercises to the left side. We do some rolling strategies to the left. And I gave him a simple neck exercise to position his neck better with squatting, with a band around the head, did some bird dogs and then some squats. It was very simple, right? We applied some movement in certain areas that he was stiff. We made his nervous system a little bit happier, reorganized the structure. The next day, he texted me. He's like, hey, I just PR'd my back squat for 4 reps, no pain. I said, awesome. But did I give him anything high performance? No. I gave him rehab exercises, technically concussion exercises, but because I got his brain to fire up a little bit more effectively on the left, all of his structure below reorganized so that when he was loading it, it wasn't overloading the right because his right side was stronger and had more control, and his brain knew that. So it avoided the left side. So,
I get you.
Right? That's high performance. I helped him perform at his high level. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, we have little 85-year-old lady who's afraid of falls. Her foot speed is not where it should be. Her balance issues, and she got posture issues. What do we give her? We give her deadlifts with a kettlebell. We get her to walk across a balance beam, and we put her on the agility ladder. Now, we would classify that as high performance, but it depends on what the person needs. Me giving Mitchell more deadlifts and more squats and try and force his pattern, it wasn't going to fix the issue. If anything, it might make him worse. And the little old lady, giving her 5-pound dumbbells and, low-level exercise, that's not going to help her either. So by looking at each individual, each athlete on the different end of the spectrum, what they required, now we unlock their potential. And that's what I want to help clinicians, coaches, trainers, whatever. If you're working with movement, you're helping people out of pain, getting them to move better, work at high performance, looking at the individual in front of you and finding out what exactly do they need to get them to their high level of performance. That's what I want to bridge.